Hello there, tonight we're diving into the fascinating yet surprisingly straightforward world of sunrise clauses. Don't worry, we're not talking about early morning yoga or anything, we're talking about a clever little legal tool. Imagine a law that's like, okay everyone, new rule starting now, chaos, right? That's where sunrise clauses come in. They're like a heads up in the legal world. Instead of a law taking effect immediately, a sunrise clause says, hold your horses, this law kicks in on a specific date. This gives everyone time to prepare, adjust, and maybe even buy a calendar. So whether it's a new tax, a change in regulations, or even something affecting your favorite energy drink, a sunrise clause says, chill out, we'll give you a heads up. A sunrise clause in a contract specifies that certain terms or conditions will come into effect at a future date or after specific conditions are met. This provides parties with time to prepare for new obligations or ensures prerequisites are fulfilled before key parts of the agreement are activated. Key aspects include the effective date, preparation time, conditions precedent, transition period, and clarity and certainty. For example, in a software licensing agreement, new usage restrictions might take effect 6 months after signing. In a merger and acquisition deal, operational changes might occur only after the deal is finalized and a transition period has passed. In an employment contract, new performance targets might start at the beginning of the next fiscal year. Sunrise clauses ensure a smooth transition and reduce uncertainty in contractual agreements.
Now you might be thinking, why bother with a waiting period? Just rip off the Band-Aid. Well, hold on to your hats, because sunrise clauses are all about fairness and smooth transitions. Imagine this: a new environmental regulation pops up out of nowhere. Businesses, especially smaller ones, might scramble to comply, leading to confusion, panic, and maybe even some very stressed out accountants. But with a sunrise clause, businesses have time to adapt. They can invest in new equipment, train employees, and make sure they're ready for the change. This means a smoother transition for everyone. And who doesn't love a smooth transition? Plus, it prevents those awkward moments where everyone's running around like chickens with their heads cut off because they didn't see the new rules coming. Not a good look, trust me.
All right, enough theory. Let's see these sunrise clauses in their natural habitat. They're surprisingly common, popping up in all sorts of places. Take environmental law, for example. A government might use a sunrise clause to phase out a particularly nasty pollutant. This gives companies time to find alternatives, reducing the economic shock and avoiding a sudden shortage of, say, rubber duckies, because who doesn't love a good bath toy?
But it's not just about the environment. Sunrise clauses are big in the business world too. Imagine a new law about data privacy. A sunrise clause gives companies time to update their systems, train employees on the new rules, and most importantly, avoid those pesky lawsuits.
And don't even get me started on healthcare. Sunrise clauses are crucial for introducing new regulations or technologies, allowing hospitals and clinics to prepare and avoid any disruptions in patient care. Because the last thing you want when you're feeling under the weather is a doctor who's more confused than you are.
Section 4, the bright side of sunrise, fairness and predictability. Now you might be thinking, okay, John, I get it. Sunrise clauses are helpful, but are they really that important? Oh, they are! These clauses are like the unsung heroes of the legal world. First off, they promote fairness. By giving everyone time to adjust, sunrise clauses level the playing field. Big corporations with armies of lawyers don't get a head start, and smaller businesses aren't left in the dust. It's like a legal starting line, ensuring everyone's ready when the whistle blows. Second, sunrise clauses bring predictability. Knowing when a law takes effect helps businesses plan for the future. This means less uncertainty, more stability, and fewer frantic calls to lawyers at 3 a.m.
Section 5. Setting the stage sunrise clauses in international agreements. Hold on to your hats, folks, because sunrise clauses aren't just confined to the borders of a single country. Oh no, they're globe-trotting legal superstars. In the world of international treaties and trade agreements, sunrise clauses help smooth the often bumpy road of global cooperation. Imagine a new trade agreement with a complex set of rules and regulations. A well-placed sunrise clause gives countries time to implement the necessary changes, train customs officials, and avoid any unnecessary trade hiccups. It's like a diplomatic handshake, ensuring everyone's on the same page before the ink even dries. This is especially important when dealing with sensitive issues like environmental protection or labor standards. A sunrise clause allows countries to gradually align their domestic laws with the terms of the agreement, fostering international cooperation without causing undue economic disruption.
Section 6, A Brighter Tomorrow, Embracing Gradual Change. So, there you have it, folks, the lowdown on sunrise clauses. They might seem like a small detail, but they play a big role in making laws and regulations more fair, predictable, and, dare I say, less terrifying. They're about giving people time to adapt, avoiding chaos, and ensuring that new rules don't feel like they came out of nowhere. Because, let's face it, life's full of surprises as it is. The legal system shouldn't be one of them. So next time you hear about a new law or regulation, keep an ear out for that magical phrase sunrise clause. It might just mean the difference between a smooth transition and a legal roller coaster ride. And trust me, you'll want to avoid that legal roller coaster. And on that note, I'll leave you with this thought. In a world that often feels like it's moving at warp speed, maybe, just maybe, a little bit of gradual change isn't such a bad thing after all. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a date with a rubber ducky and a relaxing bath.